Words are frequency. Speak what you want, not what you fear. In this part 4 of the Walk into Your Wealthiest season series, we're diving into the underestimated power of language when it comes to manifesting wealth. The way you talk about money, clients, your business, and even yourself is either opening doors or closing them. Every sentence you speak is an actual signal to the universe. And are you speaking in lack or are you speaking in abundance? And I'm not talking about speaking in affirmations and telling yourself you're a millionaire when you're in debt or that everything is easy in your life when you're drowning and spiraling. That stuff doesn't work. We're going much deeper than that. This is the actual reality language that leads to wealth that I've used myself and I've taught to so many people. This is the stuff that actually works. Make sure you are pairing this, okay, with the Wealthy Guided Journal that I created for you, the first 222 of you. Get it for free. So go to projectmewithtiffany.com/wealthy. You can also swipe up. That's inside the show notes. Also in the show notes, for those of you, which I think it's about 10% of you, who are like, I do want to step in to this new identity and I want to anchor it in and I want to lock it in. No more messing around. I've messed around enough. I've kind of toe dipped in this area. I've not really been disciplined and diligent in working on this stuff. And I want to do everything possible that makes sense, that is proven, that's going to get me the results that I want. I'm tired of spinning my wheels and kicking my can down the road and ending up in the same space in the insane merry-go-round. I'm not doing that anymore. Then the best thing to pair this with to go to the next level is my Make More, Work Less Money and Manifestation course. And you'll see why when you're in there. You can look at the hundreds and hundreds of testimonials that are also in my Instagram highlights. That's the best place to see all of them. Go to the special offer page. This is a one-time only offer that I'm giving my wealth walker. So you're getting it for 55% off. Okay. I've never done that before. One time only. So you can swipe up. That link is also in the show notes and here in the description on YouTube on Project Me TV, or you can go to projectmewithtiffany.com/special offer. Projectmewithtiffany.com/special offer. All right. Let's go. Your words don't describe your reality, they instruct it. You are literally sending messages to the universe of what it is you want things to look like, what you want to have unfold, what you want to have happen, what you want to attract. It's really scary when you think about it. And this isn't to make you so paranoid about what you say or you can't express your feelings or anger or sadness or vent something out with a friend because then that's going to attract more stuff to you. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm speaking about looking for patterns in repetitive stories you're telling, repetitive moods, repetitive complaints, repetitive excuses. The patterns are what we really want to uncover and adjust, not when you are simply expressing your feelings and feeling them, okay? Because we don't want to avoid that stuff. So every time you speak, you're either reinforcing your current reality or you're commanding a new one into existence. So I need you to be more mindful, not obsessive, but mindful and aware. I want you to start really taking an inventory of, you know what? I do say that a lot. Wow, I have made that complaint all the time. Wow, I am kind of sick of myself. I do seem to, go on and rant to friends about the same person, the same thing, the same situation. And I want to give you an example because it'll help you uncover this for yourself. And of course, I'm going to be taking you through a guided exercise for this. I would say all the time, I'm exhausted. I'm exhausted. I'm so exhausted. Any form of exhausted. Okay. I'm fried, whatever. This started back in corporate. This started in my 20s. So all I'm reinforcing is that I'm exhausted all the time. And when I burnt out my adrenals, literally, I had to have rescue cortisol on me because without cortisol, which is your stress hormone, but you actually need it to live, you go into cardiac arrest without it. That's how sick I became from living that way before. And I hired an adrenal fatigue coach that I found on Instagram. Thank God I found her. And she said to me, it was probably our second or third session. And I said again, but I'm so exhausted. I can't do this. I'm so exhausted. I can't do that. I'm so exhausted. The same story. And she said, we have to start telling a different story. But it felt like a lie to me because I kept saying to her, but this is the truth. This is how I feel. I don't want to be dishonest about what I feel. I can't lie about how I feel. And I was really arguing my point about why I'm exhausted and I really need to stay exhausted. And so we needed to shift it into I am healing my cells every single day. I am working towards restoring my energy to 100% vibrancy. And that sounded true to me because I really was doing that. I was investing my time, energy, and money into getting better. And so a simple shift like that made all the difference. But I had to keep catching myself and shifting it over because I had said that phrase and felt that phrase in my body for so long. And it really did make a difference. It's not just some hoopla. I really want you to try it. The brain processes language in real time and adjusts behavior accordingly. So, neuroscientists at Yale found that the words we use can rewrite neural pathways. So, even casual language shapes decision making. I, as you may be familiar, can be very self deprecating. I make a lot of jokes, sarcasm. Hello, thank you, childhood trauma. And I love laughing. I use that as a really positive, helping coping mechanism. But something I would say all the time, and I'm sure I still say it once in a while, is, I'm lazy. You want to hire someone who's like a lazy business growth strategist because I always will know the easier way, which is true. But me constantly saying, I'm lazy, oh, I'm too lazy to do that, that just reinforces that I'm lazy, even though when I'm saying it, I am joking. I know I'm not like a lazy pile of crap. So now I say I'm a type C. Now, I'm a type C personality for type chill. I'm more of a chill person. So just shifting it even 30 degrees makes a big difference. And you want it to be something that you're saying that's still true to yourself, that still fits your personality, but you're not having that heavy of a language to it. Unconventional advice for you right now, okay? Stop narrating your limitations like you're reporting the news. I want you to replace, I'm trying to, I hope this happens. I will do this. I wish for this. And I want you to use, I've decided to. Why? Because trying only signals uncertainty and resistance to yourself, to your nervous system, to other people, to the universe. And then it brings up resistance. Whereas deciding creates a proven neural anchor for belief and momentum. I even feel that. I decide that I am working towards my greatest season of wealth. I am walking towards it. I am taking action towards it. I have decided it is my time. Even you saying that out loud, even maybe hearing me say it, you can feel in your stature, you can feel it energetically. Saying you're a winner. I mean, this is what happens with professional athletes and Olympic athletes. They don't go in there going, I'm going to try to get the gold. I am winning the gold. I am a gold medal winner. I'm doing everything possible to stack the odds in my favor of winning, and I'm a damn winner. Saying the opposite isn't going to set you up for it, yet we do it all the time in our lives, and we don't even realize it, which is why I'm bringing your awareness to it right now. What have you been saying? I'm trying to, I hope, I should, all that crappy, gunky, resistant phrasing. And I want you to say what you've decided. And if you haven't decided, also say, I have decided that I'm uncertain if this is a priority for me right now. I have decided that I'm not sure if that's a path I want to take. And I am working on figuring that out. That still has a much more decisive ring to it, right? So your language is a mirror of your money identity. The words you use reflect what you actually believe you deserve. This is a fact. Studies in behavioral economics show that people who frame money in terms of freedom versus stress have significantly higher savings and risk tolerance. Isn't that interesting? So if you are sitting there going, "Oh, I have to work so hard. Oh, I don't have a choice. I have to work if I have to do all of this if I want to keep my company going. If I want to bring in all the clients and I want to have a successful launch, I got to do this, that, and the other." Wow. Well, that really is going to signal to yourself and to the universe that there's going to be a lot of drama and a lot of chaos and a lot of exhausting, grueling things in order to bring in the money I want. And if you believe that, then it's true. Stop using safe words like just, hopefully, someday. These just dilute your energetic clarity. And I need you to just catch yourself. I'm bringing the awareness to you consciously, and we can kind of like zap in and out of consciousness when it comes to the stuff that we say because we get distracted, we get caught up in something else, we get fixated on something. But just take a light inventory, not some hard and grueling and shameful look at it. More of, oh, interesting. I do say that a lot. I say should a lot. I say hopefully a lot. I say someday a lot. And instead, I want you to speak your desires without disclaimers. Say the damn number you want to make. Say the thing that you're calling in. Instead of hopefully I'll hit $10,000 months, say I am calibrating to consistent $10,000 months. I am bringing in $10,000 months. I am taking the actions necessary to get to $10,000 months. That's a very different vibration in your body because you're not just affirming, you're programming. And you're programming yourself by what you say. You're programming yourself by what you listen to, by what you watch, by what you absorb, by what you look at, by how you operate. Language isn't just energetic, it's an instructional code for your subconscious. And we forget how powerful words are. Imagine if a lot of the shit that you say to yourself, someone else said it to you. You probably wouldn't be good friends with them. You probably wouldn't be partnered with them. They probably wouldn't work for you. I highly doubt you would hire them, right? Yet we're our own inner bully. We're our own worst enemy. We're our own biggest downer unless we grasp a hold of it. And you're in charge of this. You get to decide you're changing that. Is this how my higher self would talk to me? Is this how that person that I envision at the end of that path, at the end of that tunnel, at the end of that portal, is this how my most abundant version would really talk? Absolutely not. It's your lower self. And that's the person who's been running the show. And no wonder you felt depleted. No wonder things feel harder. No wonder things weren't working as seamlessly as you would want. And even if things are going well, they could even be going so much better. The subconscious is 30,000 times more powerful than the conscious mind and responds to emotionally charged language, not logic. This is from Dr. Bruce Lipton, Biology of Belief. That's how powerful the subconscious mind is. And it's scary to think, wow, the mind that I am not fully active in all the time, that I've just been letting run on its own devices, is that many times more powerful, 30 times more, but I'm not giving it even 1% really of my energy, or maybe I'm giving it 10 when it really needs to be like 90%. Don't just repeat affirmations, okay? Debate your limiting ones out loud. So if your mindset says like, no one is buying right now, I want you to say, is that actually true? Or is that what I'm choosing to believe to say, stay safe? Oh, these videos are so stupid. Everyone is going to think that I'm an idiot, or who is she to charge that amount? What is she doing? Like, who does she think she is? All she cares about is making money. Is that really true? Or are you just choosing to believe that because it allows you to stay small, safe, and protected? You don't need blind faith. You need a better internal argument to argue for you to show up regardless, to argue to continue walking towards your wealth instead of arguing towards holding on to your old identity. You need to have the argument for your new identity, who you're walking towards. Look at how I argued about being exhausted. Why would anyone want to stay feeling exhausted and depleted? And I didn't even know why I was arguing for it. But what we uncovered was that I was afraid to believe that I could feel light and energetic and full of life again and have my sparkle back. I was afraid to believe that really could be possible. I was afraid to believe it could happen because I felt like I had been trying everything and nothing was working. And I was afraid that I would be like this for life. And I was protecting myself. In a way, it felt safer to stay in that spot. In a way, it feels safer for you to stay unnoticed. In a way, it feels safer for you to stay unseen. In a way, it feels safer for you to stay at this exact financial point in your life because of the uncertainty of if it's going to happen for me, the uncertainty of what will happen when if it does happen, that feels so much scarier. But really, what is the cost of you not doing it? And that's when you know you're in enough pain to release that old version of you and take the uncomfortable action and walk towards your new identity where you're like, I've got to let go of this old relationship. You know, we've all been in relationships where we all have hit a point where it's like, I've got to let this go. This is killing me. This is robbing me of my joy. This is sucking my life force. I've got to do it. And some of us take years to get there. Some of us take months. Some of us do it quickly. How many more months, how many more years do you want to have go by in this relationship with your old identity that's costing you so much? That's your choice. Language carries a vibration and you are broadcasting it consistently. This is part of the law of attraction. So words are not neutral. They carry charge. So every time you speak, every time you think, you are either magnetizing or repelling your manifestations. According to the HeartMath Institute, language paired with elevated emotion changes your electromagnetic field and impacts how others respond to you energetically. This is real stuff. This isn't voodoo. This is proven science. And look at it when you're in a really good mood, the coffee hits right, you feel light, you're just in a good mood. And you're bouncing around on your walk. Maybe that's you right now today on your wealth walk. And you need to be taking a screenshot or a video while you're on your wealth walk. Share it on social media. Tag me at Project Me with Tiffany on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. I can't wait to see all the wealth walkers all over the world. At the time of me recording this, part one, I was told already is being listened to in 27 different countries. Isn't that cool? How all of these people are energetically all tapped in, listening to the same thing in all different spots all over the world, and the power of that abundance and the power of that energy. And we're all energetically locking arms and walking together. I just think that is so remarkable. But none of that would be possible if I kept saying to myself, I'm too exhausted. This is too much. I don't have the time. Oh, this is going to require too much energy. And I kept going on with a story like that. You wouldn't be listening to me right now. I wouldn't be in this beach house. None of my manifestations would happen if I kept going with that. That was one of my biggest stories for 10 years of why I didn't start Project Me with Tiffany Carter. All came down to one thing I repetitively said. And when you are walking around in an energy of vibrance, even if you didn't sleep well, but you're in an elevated state, people smile at you, people say hi, dogs come up to you more, you end up seeing butterflies and notice things. I know you know what I'm talking about. And maybe that's happening to you right now through this series. That is because of this energetic elevation from how you are thinking and the direct response from other people sensing your energy and sensing your vibration. And I know you've also been around people who have a low energy, a dark energy, an Eeyore energy, and you can feel that, especially my fellow empaths. Well, you give the same. You're doing the same. You're either attracting or repelling people. So start speaking wealth in your private moments. The most powerful manifestation isn't what you say on Instagram. It's what you mutter while paying your bills, checking your Stripe account, grocery shopping. Those moments calibrate your frequency more than any vision board ever will, because you're with yourself constantly all the time. We have a gazillion thoughts going through our mind all day. And it's in all those micro moments and those micro shifts you make that'll make the biggest impact on your manifestations and your wealth. It's not just having these big moments or big proclamations once in a while. It might give you a temporary high or a boost doing something like that, but the stuff that really works is in the micro moments. So similar to where if you're trying to lose weight, it's not in you eating well for one day a week or having one good week. It's doing the small changes over time, the small shifts, and really going slow and steady with it. And that is what makes things stick. That's what makes it so you don't revert back to old behavior, so you don't revert back to your old programming, your old self. You're going to upgrade your inner monologue, not just a mantra. Your external language reflects your internal narrative. So you can't out affirm a self image that's stuck into like survival mode. You can't keep going, I'm abundant, I'm abundant. And you are really anything but that. Like you're in full fight or flight. Like I promise you, it does not work. I've tried that. Cognitive linguistics research shows that internal self talk influences behavior more than external output by others. So it sets your thermostat for what's possible. So speak aloud as if someone were narrating your life like a success documentary. She decided she was done surviving. That's when everything changed. I'd love for you to create a sentence like that for yourself. She decided to let go of her old identity. It no longer served her, and she was walking towards the wealth she was always destined for. I want you to be dramatic with it because it might feel dramatic. And this tricks your subconscious into accepting a new identity without resistance because you're doing it in the third person. And I know this will really help you. Make sure that you're pairing this with your wealth guided journal that I've created for you. Okay. Like this is really special. You'll see once you print it out and you use it, I need you to pair each section goes with each part of this series. And so you can go to projectmewithtiffany.com/wealthy, swipe up. It is inside the show notes on any of the platforms, and it's in the description here on YouTube on Project Me TV. And you are deciding that you want to go full on into this. I have a special offer for you. It's with my Make More, Work Less, Money and Manifestation course. This is where you really take this to another level. And I'm giving it to you as a one-time only offer for my wealth walkers at 55% off. So you can go get that at projectmewithtiffany.com/special offer. Also in the show notes and in the description, I wanted to give you that information before we go into our guided walking visualization here. Wealthy people speak with assumption, not desperation, not doubt. They speak with a full assurance, a conviction. Your words should sound like someone who already knows it's done because energetically it is. It's a done deal. Something gets to be done even though it hasn't happened yet. You have a date for a wedding. It's happening. You're getting married. Okay. It's a done deal, even though it hasn't happened yet. You get what I'm saying? You're wanting to get a house and you're looking for a house and you have a realtor. Maybe you've made offers. It might not be the first house you look at. It might not be the fifth house you look at, but it's done. You're absolutely getting a house. It's no different for any of the things that you want. You want to go to a next level in your business. You want to start a business. You want a podcast. You want a book. Whatever it is. As long as you are walking towards it and you're walking your walk and talking your talk, honey, it's happening. It's a done deal. And I need you to start speaking in conviction about that. It doesn't have to be about knowing and certainty with all of this evidence that it's happening right now. And I know the timing. That's out of scarcity. That's out of fear. That's out of control. It's that, of course, it's happening. Why wouldn't it happen? I'm going to do my side of it. And I'm walking my path and I'm following through and I'm doing these things. So there's no way it couldn't happen. I'm doing all the things for this to happen. I'm making the space to receive for this to happen. And so it is. And so it motherfucking is for those of you who like to swear. All right, that kind of certainty. Like, yeah, I know you feel it when I'm saying it. Get into it. So I want you to pick up your pace a little bit in your movement. If you have an injury, you can pick up your pace by, swinging your arms instead or walking a little faster. I want you to have your posture. We all tend to like slump over, and I'm saying this as I'm recording it and I look like a hunchback. So I'm doing it with you, right? Sit up straight, arch your back, right? Like stand up really straight. What does someone who is knows with absolute conviction that this is happening? The wealth I want, the lifestyle I want, without a doubt is happening. How does that person stand? How do you stand? How does that version of you walk? No one's going to be able to know the difference. You walking in public or you walking on a treadmill right now, they won't know. They won't know. They might feel an energy shift from you, but it doesn't fucking matter. You're going to do it anyway. You're going to do it right now. Walk like that person. I want you to feel that internally. What happens internally when you sit up like that? The blood flows a little faster, a little smoother. What happens with your facial expression? What happens with your mind? What happens with your breathing? I just want you to take notice. You can't even doubt for a second that there isn't an energetic shift just from even doing something like that. And I want you to imagine that you are walking right now to a very important meeting, a meeting that can change everything for your life, for your business. It's a dream meeting of yours. It's a dream client. It's a dream opportunity. I'm walking to a meeting with Spotify or some other big broadcasting channel. I still believe Netflix is going to have a podcast division. So I'm going to have it be that it's the new Netflix podcast division president wants to have a meeting with me here in LA because they're interested in buying my show. Wow, right? Wow. All these years of me pouring in my heart and soul and my time and my energy and my money into creating this beautiful show serving people in over 57 countries, all of you. And I'm walking towards this meeting. My car's already parked, right? I want you to imagine, what are you wearing to this meeting? What's going through your mind? This is the moment. It's happened. It's here. The day is here. What are you saying to yourself to prepare for the meeting? Right? Oh, I'm walking in like, yeah, you're damn right. They want this show. Who wouldn't want this show? There is no better show. This is one of the most unique shows that there is. There is no one else who has a show for the fellow crazies. Of course you want it. I'm an excellent host. I've done the work. It's a high integrity space. People love sharing it. It might not be the biggest show in the world, but I know that this is a show that they could see has all the bones and all the markings and all the setup for them to really blow it up when you put even more money behind it and more connections behind it and more visibility behind it. And that's what business people look for. I know because I'm an investor. Is it you walking towards a publishing deal? Is it you walking towards collecting a check, a giant check for your business, or being interviewed on TV for something? Is it you being on Shark Tank? Is it you going to collect your keys for your dream beach house and everything is done, escrow's done, it's yours, signed, sealed, delivered, it's all yours? Is it you going to pick up your dream car? Is it you going to meet someone who is handing you all the documents for a trip that you've been dreaming of going on for many years? Where are you headed? What are you wearing? What are you saying to yourself? What are you saying to yourself to pump yourself up for this meeting? What are you saying to yourself in pride? What would you say to me? If you can't get there right now on what you say to yourself, that's okay. You can re-listen to this as many times as you want. What would you say to me if I said to you, even if I said it to you in a DM, I have to tell someone this, and since you're such a, longtime listener of the show, I can't believe I have this deal. I'm freaking out. You wouldn't say to me, oh, I doubt they're going to take you. You're unwell in the mind. You don't have a big enough show. You're not a celebrity. I know you wouldn't say that to me. You would say they're so lucky to have you. You're absolutely getting a deal. You deserve this. How exciting. That's how I want you to talk to yourself, because it is a done deal, because the fact that you have the desire, the fact you have the vision, you just haven't locked it in with the verbiage. You haven't signed the contract with the words that you use consistently that end up shaping your beliefs. That's the only difference. And we get to rewrite the contract because there's a new contract that goes with your new identity. And that's exactly what we're doing here. In fact, maybe you need to write out a contract to yourself and sign it. The contract of the new identity, the contract of where you're heading, because that really locks it in, and sign it with a big fat Sharpie in permanent marker and even date it. It's happening. And you don't need to put a date to where you're dictating, oh, this has to happen by this date. I don't mean that. But to remind yourself on the date you made this new energetic identity contract, it's the date you decided. It's the date you decided it's happening, because it is, because you've decided it is. I know this is inevitable. Do I know when? Do I know how? That's really none of my business. My only business is continue to walk my walk and talk my talk, is to continue to take risks, is to continue to be uncomfortable and show up regardless, is to continue to do the inner work, is to continue the growth, is to continue showing up for myself and other people, is to continue to honor myself and nurture myself. That's the stuff that's in our control. The rest we surrender to. We surrender to the divine. Now I want you to picture that your higher self, your new identity, she has some words she wants to whisper to you before you head in to this meeting. She's like, come over here. I want to tell you something just before you go in. And I'll be here when you get out too. I'm going to wait for you out here. But I have something important to tell you before you go in. And you're like, okay, what is she saying to you? What is he saying to you? Is it in a whisper? Is it loud? What's your proximity to your new identity? What is she saying? What came up in my head? She's saying, you got this. With assurance, with a nod, with an assuring nod of conviction, with a sense of groundedness and knowing, because she does know. My lower self doesn't want to believe that and doesn't want to trust that. That doesn't feel safe. But we don't listen to that voice anymore. We broke up with that voice. That voice doesn't serve us. We listen to the voice that really knows the truth. And that's our inner guide. And that's her. What is she saying? And now I want you to say it to yourself. And I want you to say it out loud. Say it out loud to yourself. Say it out loud to yourself in the voice that you heard her say it into you. You've got this. You've got this. I want you to go into that meeting, and I want you to picture yourself in that meeting, and everything happens even better than you imagine, to where you're blown away. You don't just get one book deal. They want to sign you for a series. Not only are you getting your beach house, but they are also leaving behind all this artwork that's in there that you loved on the walls, because it doesn't fit into their new place, and they're just giving it to you. This trip that you're going to pick up all the details and all the paperwork for, it's even less money than you expected. Or it includes something extra. This Netflix podcast deal of mine, I mean, I was excited even if it was a $10 million deal, and their starting offer was even 60. What is something that would shock you? That was even better than you could imagine. Like, oh my God, God is so good. Wow, like, pinch me, is this real? What is that thing? And I want you to hold on to that thing for the rest of your walk. I want you to hold on to that feeling of that you're getting something better than you even worked for, bigger than you imagined, more than you ever expected, beyond what you could have even comprehended. Because these things really actually do happen in life. And you've probably had them happen to you on different scales, at least a couple times in your life. But we've taken so many hits, we feel unsafe to believe that things can happen even better than we imagined. And they can't unless we allow space for that to be true, unless we believe it is possible for us, unless we do this kind of work and these exercises to go, I'm going to leave room for this. Why can't it be even better? Why can't it be insane? Why couldn't it be the biggest podcast offer that Netflix has ever offered, or any woman has ever gotten as a female host? Why can't it be record-breaking? Why can't you be a breakout, best-selling author that was completely unexpected? Newsflash, these things have mostly all happened to other people at some point. You know, we've been in civilization for a while. There's other people where this has happened. You've watched the Olympics where someone broke a record by so far that they shocked themselves, their coach, and their team. We've seen indie authors that no one has ever heard of, and their first book went mega, mega viral and became a sensation and got turned into a movie. We've seen people, me, who ended up having a launch that was beyond my wildest comprehension, that shooketh me. All of this is here. All of this has happened to other people. That's why it's so important for us to show other people what's possible. It's not bragging. It's to remind people, hey, this happened for me, it can happen for you. That's why I show you guys my receipts. To remind you, if this is here for me, this is here for you. And it can even be bigger, and it can even be more, and it can even be better, and it can be even easier for you. You know, Alex Cooper of Call Her Daddy podcast, she has $100 million podcast deal. If it happened for her, why couldn't it happen for me? No one knew who she was before. That's all evidence that it's possible. I have my beach house. I'm sitting here in it now. Why couldn't that happen for you? And I did it on my own. There ain't no rich husband, okay? I mean, I'm open to it, but there isn't any of that. So it's all there for you. Even if you ChatGPT'd evidence of what it is that you're wanting and give me a list of examples of people who've done it, it would populate a list for you. Maybe it would be an exercise that could help you, and it'd be a really fun, abundant exercise for you to even have ChatGPT give you other scenarios of insane, better than could even imagined, wild scenarios that like beat out anything you could have dreamed of X situation. That could really help get your mind going. Wouldn't that be a lot more potent and a lot more of a direct match for what it is you want to call in, for you to do things like that and spend time chewing on things like that and overthinking on things like that instead of all the worry and all the drain and all the crap and all the what ifs and all the shoulds? And you're in charge of that. That's what we do walking into wealth. We walk into a different version of ourselves, and this version of ourselves focuses on what's in front of us, not what's behind us, not on the potential potholes. Things arise, that happens, that's okay. But things also arise to reroute us and redirect us so that something better than we could even imagine happens. But we think there's a pothole, we think there's a block, we think no one is looking at my social media content. Oh, this launch didn't go well, no one bought my book, I didn't get this opportunity, this isn't working, so then that means I'm not going to have happen what I want to have happen, and then you take your foot off the gas, and then it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. No, even when that stuff happens, your thing is still happening because it's inevitable. It is happening. It's already in a contract. It is a signed, sealed, and delivered thing, but it's your job to believe that. You're just being rerouted, and you have different muscles that need to be built and things you have to be prepared for the stuff that you want. And the universe and God and your higher self, your angels, they know better than you. You don't know better than them. They know what's ahead. It's beyond what you could even imagine. And you have to trust that that's also part of the process getting there, because it is. And I've been down various paths to different iterations of my higher self. I've walked down this road, this path, this tunnel, this portal of wealth, of different levels, going from 17,000 a year to then 54,000, to then 68,000, to then 82,000, then 100,000, so many different increments. And I can tell you all of the potholes and the things that have happened and the pain and the detours, they were all part of the grand master plan. And I've been around long enough where I can say that with total conviction. And every single person that I have coached and I've mentored and I've worked with and close friends of mine, same for them. It's no different for you. It's all part of it. And so it is. Wishing you great health, wealth, and worth as always. Love you. I think it'd be really good for you to take a video or a picture, maybe even of yourself right now. You don't have to post it. I would love to see it. You can just DM it to me if you want at ProjectME with Tiffany. If you want to be entered into our abundance giveaway, because we're doing some fun giveaways during the 7-part series, then I do need you to post it and tag me at Project Me with Tiffany. And then you want additional entries, do a Apple Podcast written review of the show. If you don't know how to write a review, you can chat GPT or Google it. On Spotify, you can't leave a written review, but you can tap the 5 stars, and that'd be really appreciated. On YouTube, make sure you subscribe and you comment. Please share this series with someone who you know will appreciate it. And then they can also get the journal if they're one of the first 222 people to get it. So don't procrastinate on getting the journal. If you are, I want you to really take a look at that. Why am I holding back on doing something that is right here for me, that is going to put me on the path to the wealth that I'm desiring? There's something for you to explore there. And by the way, that guided journal is going to help you explore that. And all the links to the resources are in the show notes and in the description on YouTube. You want to take this and you're one of those people who's like, Tiff, I'm going to walk the walk and talk the talk. I am not messing around. This is really resonating with me and I am like all in on this. Like, you are speaking my language. I get it. This is really sending a zing through my entire body. I feel it. I've had the chills during this. Then you're meant to do my Make More, Work Less, Money and Manifestation self-paced program. It's a special offer for my wealth walkers. It's 55% off. It's a one-time only offer. That link is also in the show notes and in the description on YouTube, projectmewithtiffany.com/special offer, and you'll see why. And if you want to read other people's experiences in doing it, you can go on my Instagram highlights, and there's just a ton of screenshots in there. In addition to on the side up page, you'll see it there. But I don't really feel that that's what you need. It's more of, are you being called? What are you being called to do? Is this really ringing through your body where you have a knowing, like, this is it. This is what I was missing. It is time. I'm walking towards my next level. I am detaching my old self. It's time to let her go. It's time to let him go with love. And I'm walking towards my greatest abundance of my life.